some of the maps that they don't fancy playing, and it's one of the maps. So that's the veto. Let's get into the game. Let's kick off. Epiphany Bolt versus Luminary. Shaney, giving it.
Oh. Oh? We're live. Ooh. Hello, 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 hello. Well, let's take a look at this one. Epiphany Bolt. Swedish flag. But how many players are Swedish, Jack?
None.
That's a lie.
Was it one?
There's two.
Who?
Elo and Wolfie.
Oh, yeah, they're both Swedish. Well, I didn't know.
But usually it's three players of that, you know, country.
To actually force it over. If anything, it's an English team.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Well, this is just ridiculous.
Well, this is just out of their minds. Oh, Will's not happy with that one as well. Well, let's see what we can find into this one. Epiphany Bolt, CT side here. Luminary GG on the T side. Going to be Adam, 9130. Going to be investing into the PT50 smoke and flashbang. And 4 sets of Kevlar as well for the T side as they go towards a long, trying to see if they can make some presence here. Force an over rotation from Epiphany Bolt. As now they probably will go down, connector, go through B short, and conclude at the B bomb site. Jack, it's all rather textbook.
It's actually pronounced Adam 9130.
Yeah? Maybe.
But D0MM, going to be waiting for the push to come through as he tries to strike first. Thomas will do the hard work, though, as he gets the first kill. Tesco takes down Dom as well. Archer also coming through. Absolute domination towards that B site. Snods are all down in seconds. As everyone falls down to the ground, Luminary get gifted an opening pistol round. Very nicely played from him there.
1-0 then. Obviously, going for the all-around-the-world strap. Luminary going towards a long, trying to make some presence there, go back through toilets, go down connector, come out through B short. And they conclude towards the B bomb site. Epiphany Bolt only able to find
Shaney's
one.
Quit.
Probably. Epiphany Bolt have only found one frag from Thomas, and apart from that, should be one-sider there for Luminary.
Well,
pause.
Yeah, Shaney's out, mate.
Shaney's gone.
But at least we got a party.
Way.
Obviously, it's Snods' birthday today.
Yeah, what can I say? What can I say?
So happy birthday, Snods.
Cheers. It's not actually my birthday.
It's actually George the Sound Guy's birthday. It's George the Sound Guy's birthday. Can I get everyone tweeting in with hashtag ESL Prem saying happy birthday, George? Wow. He's been a staple of the UK scene.
Do you know what? When George isn't here, there's always some issue with sound. My mic's too loud, or it's too loud in my ear.
Any event where there's George the Sound Guy, everything works fine first time.
Exactly.
If there is an issue, it's always fixed.
Exactly.
Shout out to George. A more pivotal part of the UK scene than people realise. He's like the Gumpster of sound.
That's a very good way of putting it. Well.
Happy birthday, George.
Happy birthday to George. As we still wait for the pause to continue. Well, we hope the pause does not continue, but we wait for the pause to eventually conclude. And then obviously, therefore, we go into the second round.
Because if the pause just continued, it would just be a pause still.
A prolonged pause, yeah.
But we're back in.
Plugged back into the Matrix. As we go into round number 2, will be the force spike coming out from the CT side. Shaney going to be wielding just the CZ and no Kevlar. So most likely going to be seeing Shaney wield that orb into the first buy round. And actually, he did tweet out he's back on the orb. So that will be interesting to see how his form dipped off maybe, or is he still there?
It's like his marker off. Back on the orb.
It really is.
Nice. But everyone going to be running away early on the first confrontation as the pistols do peek out from all angles. They're going to try and go for this convergence play. Lambie and co just lying in wait, as they do actually trade back a frag apiece on either side so far. Lambie with a nice bit of damage dealt out by his Mach 10 as they do run towards him. Wolfie can actually trade it and grab the weapon. So they're still in a tight firefight here, 3v3. The bomb has just been grabbed by Archer. There's a minute left on the clock, and there's been no real map control taken from that T side. They're all grouped up, hustling and bustling. Wolfie as well gets an additional frag, and it all comes down to Dom now. A 1v2 for Dom here. Weapon scavenged on everyone on the side of Luminary, but Dom only has the CZ to work with still, so it's going to be a bit of an awkward fight for him. But 48 seconds. Luminary need to make a decision quick. So maybe there is a slight chance still for Epiphany Bolt.
Maybe. Let's take a look here as he will be coming through connector. Oh, the timing. Finds one frag now. It's going to be a 1 versus 1. Drops down. Doesn't quite connect the CZ bullets there. Archer will get the trade frag. So hefty, hefty damage dealt by Epiphany Bolt to the economy for Luminary. As only Archer survives. Which could, you could argue for a second force per here for Epiphany Bolt. But unfortunately on the CT side, the money is so fragile. If they lost this, though, they could easily be facing a 0-4, 0-5 deficit. So instead, going to play it safe. They know they dealt a lot of damage to the economy from Luminary. And to try and counter that, they've invested into 3 MAC-10s, Jack, so they can up the ante here and play a high-octane style of CS as they rush towards B.
Adam 9130, ready to try and hit them with a MAC-10.
Sounds like a Terminator, do you know what I mean?
That's
Adam,
what it is, 9130. He was brought back from the future to try and kill Shaney Smith. There you go. He's had success until round. He's had a 3K. He hasn't found Shaney, though. That was the one person he was sent back in time to kill to stop Skynet from being created. So let's see if he can find Shaney.
Oh, it was Lambie.
Oh.
Well, Adam 9130 still going to be in commission. His mission hasn't been finished yet, which means we're going to the first Spirant here.
So this is now Terminator 2, which was the slightly better movie.
Who would be the little kid? Would it be Dom? But then again, they're on the same team, so it'd have to be Mace, I guess.
What? As who?
As the little kid that Arnold protects.
Okay, yeah, I know what you mean now. I was confused. I thought you were talking about Terminator 2.
I am.
Wait, is that the plot of Terminator 2?
Yeah.
That's not, oh yeah, it is. That's the plot of Terminator 2.
Yeah, it is.
Hang on, yeah, it's all come back through. I remember now. Terminator's a weird franchise of films.
Good though.
It gets better and then worse. Kind of like Alien. Actually, Alien.
No,
just
Alien
gets worse.
starts really good. Yeah.
This round started kind of good.
And then it ended quite bad. 4-0 now for Luminary. GG on the T side of overpass. Epiphany Bowl, as we said in the prelude before it actually started, haven't won a game so far in the Premiership. So to lose versus Luminary, Luminary already have a victory here. If they do lose and Luminary go to 2 and obviously Epiphany Bowl stay on 0, there isn't really many weeks left to play, we could be seeing an auto-relegation.
How has this team been such a disappointment, Snods? Because they should have done better. On paper, it's a good lineup. You have good players. I've seen nothing. All the results don't seem great. What happened? I'm confused.
I don't know. It is strange. Obviously, you have a mix. Shaney, Dom, Thomas, they're not a team. Wolfie. And Elo. I'm not sure about Elo, but definitely Wolfie used to play with Dom, Dream in the old Epiphany Bolt lineup, but things have been quite stagnant for that roster. But Shaney about to see if he can do his best mark-off impression. Finds one, but eventually traded out.
Back down. All of a sudden it's a 4v4. The pistol's still going to be wielded into the round, though. Is this a little bit of a panic? Adam, 9130 coming through, but Wolfie will at least leave him dead as he takes him down, striking against him with the CZ. Wants to try and get some more damage into the round as well as he roams up close towards short, but it's the actual Deagle of Elo that finds success into the round. Only Lambie and Mace remain. There is potential here now for Epiphany Bolt on the retake. As time ticks through, they just need to try and push together as an orchestrated unit. Mace, the only one still alive for the T side, has the AK out, gets the first, but the sheer numbers overwhelm him as he gets pushed from behind, couldn't keep himself alive, goes down. Thomas comes in with a defuse, and Epiphany finally get around on the board here, as it will be 1-4 as the scoreline on the doors.
4-1 then. Deagle, CZ is all they needed to secure that one. But as we saw from Pat's Money Crew, sometimes those rounds can be a blessing in disguise, or blessed with a curse, essentially, because you win this round, you have your round loss bonus reset. So Luminary, if they can make this one 5-1 and force a full economical reset into Epiphany Bolt, then it goes 5-1, then the ecos and the force spikes come out. There's a definite chance here for the continued advantage for Luminary to grow. But it is still going to be a 5 versus 5 here. Aggression towards middle here from the AWP from Elo. But it will be flushed off the angle and falls back. Minute 30 left on the clock here, and it's going to be a 3-1-1 setup here from Luminary. So most likely going to be mid-control, and the default is trying to take control of toilets. They're probably going to smoke front toilets, molly out towards banana, flash towards a long, gain a long control, then you can smoke the end of a long, gain connector control eventually as well as you had mid-control, fake towards A, go down connector, go towards B. There's just so much you can do, Jack. The opportunities are endless.
It's true, Snods. There's lots of different areas of attack and way they can orchestrate this and actually opt to go for it as we get into this one, as slowly the clock will tick down. 50 seconds still remain. Luminary now getting close to actually banging their war drums and pushing in with a commit towards this A site, as it seems like this is going to be the place of attack for them. They have their utility to work with as well as they set themselves up. use those smoke grenades and then get ready for their attack. Wolfie could be the difference maker. Actually might be able to derail them here a little bit early on as they weren't ready for it. He goes for the contact face, finds the head of Tesco, flashbangs through as well. He's been able to get out completely alive, scot-free, no damage taken as well. So it's not a good start for Luminary, and they've only got 20 seconds now to go for their commit, and they are still dropping man numbers as the frags come through. Wolfie tries to spray out and at least tag them up, make them softer and easier to pick off as this push comes through. Thomas lying in a clean angle, but instead it'll actually be the damage of Dom that does suicide their fate. That is going to be the round going the way of Epiphany Bolt.
Yeah, I mean, no time left there to really set up the proper execution. They have to peek before the flashbangs. The AWP finds 2 frags, or the first frag, then the tag as well, which pretty much sealed the deal. 2-4, so Epiphany Bolt will avoid the full economical reset, so they can maybe have something to work with into round number 8 if Luminary do win this one as well. But the money hasn't really established too much. They did lose 2 players. But aggression towards it, long hit from Elo. Ooh, I thought we were going to be seeing Shaney wield the AWP, so just teasing us with those tweets. As instead, it will be Elo with the AWP towards the A site. Wolfie as well with the position behind the bike. Hoping to be baited in by his team, but the flash from Lambie should fall them back potentially, but actually no, the flash doesn't connect, so a lot of information here from Epiphany Bolt, especially if Wolfie peeks towards middle. Which is smoked off, so as expected, smoke front toilets, Molotov towards Banana, as Luminary can try and slowly gain control towards middle, but the problem is though, a minute 5 seconds left on the clock. If Epiphany Bolt rotate their utility well, they can slow down these pushes. There's still 3 Molotovs into commission, and now the man advantage as well as Elo lands the close range quarters AWP shots, flick shot thing.
Flick shot thing.
Yes.
Nice. Peak comes out as well. The flashbang thing, Peak from Shaney, finds the headshot on Archer, is able to take him down, leave him on the ground. Mace as well, up top, just waiting to try and go large in charge with the AK as this push needs to come through sooner rather than later, as they already only have a triple threat of members alive on the Luminary side. It's not a good start for them as the push does start to come out. A couple of whiffs here and there as well as Wolfie and co start to fire back upon them. Eventually Wolfie will take down Lambie as he rips into shreds with his M4 shells, continues on as well for a second frag. Thomas will get the third, and that is going to be Epiphany Bolt being able to keep the ball rolling now, actually getting rounds together, keeping that economy growing on that CT side. For Luminary, the same can't be said. Cash is nowhere near as strong, so things are going to be a little bit more awkward for them.
Yeah, 4-3, and they won their rounds with some consistency. They claimed the pistol. They had that round where 4 players died from Luminary when it was the 4 spot from Epiphany Bolt, and you can see the damage that's dealt to the economy now into round number 8 as they don't have that abundance of cash to continuously invest. And Wolfie going to be seeing this, the members from Luminary. Here's the steps as well. Elo there the AWP as well, so it should be a nicely easy round, but instead Lambie will eventually find the first, so 5 versus 4 here in favor of Luminary. And there is actually Kevlar as well to back up these weapons. If they can salvage the AK, back it up with a Kevlar onto one of these players as well, and maybe group up towards B. Dom alone towards B short.
All the Molotovs start to come through. They go for this absolute burst towards the B site as they try and find success, but it's Shaney to stunt the push, finds 3 kills with the AK back to back as he deals some artistry with the weapon. Coming down to just Tesco and Adam now. Site control has been taken by the Luminary side, but Elo crouching round, wanted to try and find that kill, but instead Thomas has already done the damage for him. Bounds through as the eye in the sky. It just comes down to Adam trapped, still trying to continue on his mission here, Snards, as he lides in wait with the CZ. Elo as well, going to go for the face round. A bit of an awkward confrontation, allows himself to just get tagged up, couldn't really fight through it. Adam might as well be able to terminate them as he peeks out, but Thomas strikes against him. That's going to be the defuse. Skynet has fallen.
Thomas, I'm an FPL player uttering, does win the 1 versus 1. 4-4 then. Epiphany Bolt actually finding some form here on their CT side, but then again for Luminary, right? If they find 2-3 more rounds and they make it 8-7, 9-6 even, going into the second half pistol, they're going to be fairly comfortable having the 6-7 round safety net to work with. But still, they're 2-3 rounds away from that sort of scoreline. But 4-4 so far. Epiphany Bolt going to be going for a bye once again, but Luminary down to a 1 versus 1, even when they just had CZs and Kevlar to work with. So maybe they sensed weakness and something to exploit towards the A side, with Wolfie playing a bit too aggressive. Elo missing another shot there towards Party, which means Tesco, i.e. Asda, gets away scot-free. And the Asda price still lingers on.
Oh, Thomas taking down Archer. So we'll be able to find the initial kill into this round as well. So it's a good start for that CT side. Gives them momentum they need, especially when Thomas is just able to go for a repeat. Adam, not even slightly dubious that there was potential for that. So he just gets striked against him. Already there's only 3 alive on that T side. They are still fighting through. Tooth and nail into the round though, as Wolfie gets taken down the drive-by Tesco. As this push comes through fast as well. They want to try and lock it down, get the bomb planted, and work off the back of it. Thomas goes for the peek up through ban because he wants to try and make a deposit into this one. But no one's going to be there, Snods. They're all just hiding, playing it smart, falling back to their better angles. Tesco, the only one that stays on the site with the AK. But he needs to just try and slay and get the first frag, but he couldn't do it. Goes down to Shaney. Now things can get a little bit awkward. The angle is being covered by Lambie, luckily enough, but the push comes out. Thomas and co traded out, and it's just Mace remaining. A 1 versus 1, finds the spray on Shaney, and Luminary get the advantage once more.
Thought Markelov would have had the defuse there in the smoke. But instead, loses it just in the nick of time. Luminary will claim their 5th as we head now into round number 10. AWP for Lambie again. AKs for the rest of the Luminary side, but the same cannot be said here for Epiphany Bolt in terms of how strong their buy is. 3 rifles to work with, CZ for Wolfie. They have good utility though. 1 defuse kit for Shaney. AWP again for Ela, but no Kevlar to back it up, so maybe he won't get as aggressive, but as I said, that is peeking towards middle from Party. All 5 players now stationed towards Monster from Luminary GG, as they might go for the GG play as they walk out Monster, but it's Dom. Let's see what he can do. Outside the smoke, they make their march.
Ooh, the spray down coming through from Dom as he only gets 3, but he was able to set them up and mow them down 1 by 1. Mace with the aggression as he runs through on that rampant rage, hoping to try and punish anyone that dared to stand against him. Leaves it just in the hands of Lambie now, though, in a 1v3 stance. The bomb is down, he can recover it if he wants to extend out, but right now you can see he's too focused on trying to find himself a gap, a bit of an edge in the market here to actually work against the 3 remaining CTs. Gets a bit of early contact, but it's still not going to be enough to help him out. No one has made any mistakes and actually committed individually. If they do peak together, they just need to overwhelm him and peak with 2 players rather than just 1, so we can actually focus on and take those firefights. Creeps up towards the site as well, and Elo takes him down with the AWP.
Strange to see him smoke bridge there instead of smoke the center of the site. Obviously, you expect a player to be towards heaven. You smoke the central side. The AWPer towards heaven can no longer see. You can plant in the smoke. But obviously, past that point, it's very hard to win the 1 versus 3, but at least you get the bomb down, I guess. But yeah, 5-5 now. Epiphany Bolt going to be resetting the economy now for Luminary, so they will be back onto the pistols, and this is the force buy. And they should be on an eco in the next round, so Epiphany Bolt can maybe get quite a good lead if they can get the advantage into this one. But Lambie onto 1 HP. We'll have the aid of Tesco as well to find the first frag, as Wolfie is taken out the equation as he gets over-aggressive for the 2nd time versus the eco.
Just waiting as well as they actually do develop this push potentially towards the A site. As they just lie in wait, seeing if they can get any more leeway or where the next pick is going to come from. In terms of weaponry they have scavenged, you've got two rifles that they actually can wield. Tesco being on the M4. Mace obviously still with his AK as well. As they slowly push through, set themselves up. The slight bit of utility they have could come in handy. The double flash smoke. Ooh, contact from Thomas there,
This is the thing that annoys me so much about Tesco, okay? His aim is sick, right? But he has no brain to back it up. The peaks this guy takes is so stupid. I'll talk about it afterwards, because there's actually something that was really annoying me when I was casting in the last season. It seems like that hasn't changed, but 3 versus 2. Thomas is low, and eventually taken out of the equation as well. Lambie to 1 HP. Mace, 35 points of health as well. And remember, Jack, this was the force by when they had CZs. Just only 1 or 2 AKs and rifles to work with, and now they find themselves in this situation. Lambie going to turn into 2 versus 1, goes for the peak, and a 1 versus 1.
Flashbang over as well. Shaney hoping to try and clutch this one out if possible, but he's honing on the wrong angles. Somehow, though, he's actually given the opportunity. Mace with the pre-fire face must have just been firing a bit awkwardly. Gave him the time he needed to adjust his aim. Shaney actually does find success and get the round. Full side of Epiphany Bolt.
So the point I was making about Tesco, obviously we've cast him now for a while, over a year. Well, about a year so far, right? Haha, I like that. Hashtag ESL Prem. Come flame us. But what was I saying? Tesco has ridiculously strong first bullet accuracy. Crazy good aim. Similar to the likes of Link as well, obviously playing on Wind and Rain. But there's no intelligent duels that he takes. He just openly faces. I was watching one of their officials, right? And he gets tagged by a scout, okay? And he crouches and holds for the scout, and the scout just peeks out and kills him for the second shot. When I watched him on Cobblestone, he'll just wide face everything. He doesn't take the intelligent peeks that you need to do when you have such good aim. There's no brain to back it up, and this is the thing. He could be a top 20 player in the UK, without a doubt, if he had some guidance maybe, if he had some time and some patience to watch these own demos back and try and calculate what's a good peak and what isn't. You look quite stunned here. Do you disagree?
No, I was just taking it on board. I was just, it was just
you really like writing it down.
You were just, it was a really passionate Snods moment.
This is what I mean. This is what I mean.
The aim of the Deagle comes through as he lops some head off, trying to respond back into this one, but he couldn't quite take the third firefight there. Wolfie able to claw him down and actually kill him with a UMP, so it falls back into a 2v2 into the round. Lambie up close and personal, sprints through, but Dom strikes against him with the demolition factor, and it just comes down to Mace in a 1v2. 35 seconds left on the clock. Has the bomb though. He's got a flashbang as well, so it just depends if you try and isolate these firefights. Right now, Wolfie, a sight away. Dom, the only one towards the B site. Into his disarray, he'll miss the initial contact as well, so he's forced to save. Wolfie will now come in as the cavalry begins to arrive on the scene. Mace just needs to try and survive this one out as the peak comes through. Actually going to get sprayed upon by the UMP. Goes down from miles away by Wolfie. He had the M4, and he falls short in the firefight. That'll be the defuse as well now for Epiphany Bolt, taking it to 7-5.
7-5, as you said, apologies. Epiphany Bolt, they can still try and play for the 10-5 scoreline, as it seems like they have found their form here in the second half. And for Luminary, after such a convincing pistol, we thought, okay, maybe there's a chance here for themselves to get to their second win. Epiphany Bolt, will they stay on 0 victories? And essentially, you know, I think that leaves them without any chance of making it into top 3, so there's no chance they can make it to the finals. But this season of Prem is extremely stacked. I think this might be the most stacked season of Prem I've ever casted. You know, compared to last season, completely different.
But if only Tesco gets some bloody guidance.
It's just... It was just annoying because his aim is really, really good. I don't want to keep, you know, reiterating the same point. He has very, very strong first bullet accuracy, but there's nothing to back it up. There's no smart duels. He's always taking duels where he has massive disadvantage. 3 versus 3 here. Bomb still towards party. Going to be leaving just Adam 9130, otherwise known as Terminator, in towards connector. Archer outside Monster. Bomb going to be making its way from party all the way into T-spawn and rejoining the ranks as well with Archer outside Monster. So they're going to be testing. Who are they going to be testing? Dominic. Dom Solcas. Let's see what you can do here, mate. 50 seconds left, and they're going to be going for the contact Monster play potential. They have so much utility, though, as the Molotov comes out from barrels. Flashbang as well. And let's see.
Here comes the push. Dom needs to be ready for it. He has the one flashbang to aid him as the flash comes over as well. He's just going to try and go for the Texas two-step and move around, stay alive, and try and find these frags. Oh, a bit of an awkward firefight there. Goes down to Adam. He connects the shot with the AK, and it's all of a sudden just left on Elo. Comes around, AWP out, trying to find these frags. He scopes around. This is going to be a bit of an interesting retake coming through from him. Adam and Lambie as well on the aggro now as they force the face, trying to see if they can draw him out to actually peek. No reason to do so. Will back off. So Luminary keep it close. Still, 7-6 is going to be the score as we do get very close to our half-time.
Yeah. 6-7 then. The take towards the B site was effective, as it seems like the B site has been the angle of approach from Luminary most of these rounds here, Jack. Obviously, Shaney had the crazy 3K to deny the take in the prior round. Dom's played fairly well as well towards the B-bomb site. 7-6 now. Luminary, even if it finishes 9-6 here on the T side, if they can claim the second half pistol as well on the CT side, I would get worried for Epiphany.
Luminary then. Let's see if they can actually grab this, at least get a 7-7 here at the half. For Epiphany Bolt, they don't really have anything too high caliber to work with. Just more of a standardized buy into this one with whatever they could force out. Tesco with the AK as well, gets the first, grabs the frag on Wolfie to try and open this one up. Thomas actually going to try and return the favor, but Adam terminates him as he had the angle covered. Now tries to advance through as well, but Elo just going to be holding the angle. Let's back off those nuts.
Minute 15 left on the clock. 5 versus 3. And this is the buy coming out from Epiphany Bolt. Shaney. Well, should I call him Markolov here with the Deagle as he finds one, trying to line up a second as well, but Lambie in towards Truck will eventually try out those frags. 4 versus 1. Dominic Solkas has the AWP in his inventory. Most likely going to be saving this. There's no reason to try and give away the AWP you've saved. In terms of cash as well, Jack, it's not looking too good.
It's not fantastic. Ooh, Dom went for the peak as well, but Archer just sprays his way through with the AK. So that is going to be a 7-7. Looking like it actually will be the 8-7 scoreline in favor of Luminary now, because the way this has started to shape up throughout this, there'll be an easy round for him to come out. In reality, the only real response is going to be Shaney. He's got the M4. The rest of them come with the CZs that actually... Who am I kidding there? CZs can be used as literally rifles if you play your cards right. So, it's not all doom and gloom.
It's not all doom and gloom indeed. CZs, as you said, 4 of them and 1 rifle into Shaney's hands as Wolfie gets aggressive here close. Flashbangs come in. Lambie finds the first. Elo with the CZ will find one, but eventually traded out. And after the commotion has ended, a 3 versus 2 in favor of Luminary on the T side. Bomb. Still towards playground, so Luminary can try retrieve that one. Shaney with the 1 isolated M4 will find that 1 frag onto the lurker. And that being Archer, so now problems for Luminary. They have to try and find the frag onto Thomas, which Thomas so very well does give away. And now 1 versus 2. Shaney's low, and they know exactly where he was.
Shaney, 22 HP in a 1v2.
Oh, this is smart.
Oh.
Reverse psychology.
This could actually work out quite well for him, obviously, depending on the play. They do come down. If they go straight through Monster, he's going to hear that. But they take it slow. They are so close to him as well. Focusing in as he plays close on short, going to reposition. He has the HE, but he only has 22 points of health. That is going to be the awkward part. They've got double Molotov, tons of utility. They've got time as well to actually push in. They don't need to overcompensate. If they Molotoved out short, it wouldn't end well for him. Right now, they have no real inkling of this, though. They don't know his location. So they're just going to be clearing it out manually, using those AKs. Going for the read. Shaney with the timing. As he faces out, trigger discipline on display.
Oh my gosh.
But he goes for the spam, gets the first, tries to fight the second. Shaney! He does it as he hits him with a Shaney stunner. 2 frags in quick succession. Finds himself a hat trick into the round. And picks up the win there for Epiphany Bolt, getting them an 8-7 scoreline.
Well, that will conclude the first half of the second matchup of the day. Epiphany Bolt trying their hardest to stay competitive within the season of the Premiership. Obviously, lose this matchup, I believe that's it. They cannot, they can no longer claim that 3rd position, so they would go, what, 0-3, 0-4 down if they lose this one. But it is the half-time, so who's going to be our half-time caller?
We've got Imi on the line.
Oh, really?
Look, mate. I know I might be in a different team, but this CS is just appalling. Endpoint of losing. I tune in now, Snake 7.5. What's going on?
I don't know, I'm not asked. I'm not asked. You see, all the stuff we want to say isn't PG-13.
No, it's not going to fit.
I was just thinking of all the references we could bring up right now, but they wouldn't go down too well.
The one bit of advice I can say is let's hope that Epiphany bring guns into the server for the next bit. Cheers, Imi. Let's get underway as halftime is over, Snods.
It's basic CS, boys.
Oh, you've ruined it. That's going to be Mike Powell as our next call-in.
Oh, gosh. It's basic CS. But 8-7 here, Epiphany Bolt. Going to be, I don't know how happy they would be with that half on their CT side. 8 rounds. But let's see. Smoke. Diffuse gift for Archer. Lambie goes for the mid peak, but he's going to be met by a lot more than just a desolate mid. As they all charge up towards connector. Oh no, they're going towards B short actually. Who's it going to be? Archer boosting up. Dun dun dun. Mace. Let's see what you can do.
Well, will he mace them as they push round? Misses the first, didn't quite get it off. He was too far away. Tries to hold as well, see if the aggression would come through. If Epiphany wanted to try and take the firefight in their favor and clear those angles. Instead, they're just going to leave it, fall back into more defensive positions, play from the post plant, wait for the push to come towards them. Thomas is the frontline infantry, though, focusing heavy here towards Lambie's location. As if the burst comes round, Thomas needs to be ready for it as he tries to run rampant, tapping away, pistol whips 2 of them. Oh, but gosh. Tesco fires back through with 2 fast frags of his own with the USP as he starts to unload upon them. Elo and Wolfie just playing together, trying to force them to push through. As right now they just hold the bomb. Tapped on the bomb this entire time. Tesco just going to jump back on it. Misses coming through from Elo, but in the end, eventually he will find it and try and get out of there.
They had a smoke. They had a smoke defuse kit, Jack. Wow. In the moment, I imagine the pressure got to them in that scenario, because if you smoke defuse there's no chance he has that. 9-7. Epiphany Bolt will claim the second half pistol, so now we do see a 1-for-1 in terms of the pistol rounds here on Overpass. Scout investment for Lambie won't actually land the first tag as the boost comes in towards Playground. Oh, Tesco does make a little bit of noise there towards Connector. The bomb is still left towards T-spawn, so a slow default coming out from Epiphany Bolt as they're expecting the aggression here from Luminary with their pistols.
Very slow from Epiphany Bolt on the T side, keeping it at bay, playing all their cards very, very close to their chest. As they do slowly go for this play towards the B site. Going to go through Monster now and see how things actually do shape up into the round as Archer plays close towards Pole. Going to be dancing around it and waiting for the potential frags to come his way. But the early entry from Shaney, it was crisp as he takes him down in seconds, ready to try and shatter some more skulls as well on the entry here.
Ooh, Thomas there towards Barrels. Claims the life of Mace. Ooh, spots other player towards Heaven as well, but Tesco the Deagle will actually get his first for himself into this one. So bomb will go down. No defuse kit here for Luminary. The tag comes out of the Scout as well onto Elo. But still, most likely going to be double digits here, especially when you see the fact that there's no kit, there's no armor for Lambie. Most likely going to try and save the weaponry they have.
Ooh, beat comes out towards the B site as well. Lambie going to be looking down with the Scout. Ooh, barely just misses the headshot there. Tries to take the firefight against Dom as well, but you're not going to be able to beat Dom out in that one. Goes down. So it is just Tesco remaining with a Deagle, 16 HP. Everyone's very low on the Epiphany Bolt side, but they're not doing too much, Snods.
Yeah, I mean, the tags with the Scouts, the tags with the Deagles, and eventually Dom will die to the bomb blast, so that's one less player even had to worry about. But 10-7 at double digits already for Epiphany Bolt as we go into round number 18. And it will be the Felico now for the CT side, so a high chance we will see an 11-7 scoreline. And to be honest, Jack, I feel like when Epiphany Bolt do get to 7-11, they have the 4-round advantage going to the buy rounds as well. I just feel like Epiphany Bolt, the players they have as well, should be closing this one out fairly effectively. Maybe a 16-9 or a 16-10.
Possibly Snods. Right now they push their way in towards this B site. Just damage coming through with the SMGs as they just run through.
Effective coming into this one, Jack. 2 AKs as well onto Shaney and Elo to back up the rest of the buy. So they have firepower now behind the Mac-10s. As they rush in towards Connector, for flashbang comes in as well. Tesco, where are you looking?
Ooh. Eventually she's able to adjust through the blindness, gets the first frag, tries to do some more, tags him up, but couldn't quite send anyone off to the grave. Shaney as well, strikes against him with the AK, causes mischief and the potential opening towards the A site as they group up. Try and develop this push as they slowly assert themselves towards A. Mace, he rotates in to try and provide some kind of leeway and help. Get the weight off the shoulders of the Luminary boys as there's only 3 of them alive and it's an oncoming push of 4 men from Epiphany Bolt. Tons of utility as well. They've got Molotov smokes and flashes to make their lives so much easier, but here's Adam with the strike, gets the first and the second. Ooh. Adam, the hat trick comes through as he's just able to mow everyone down. The Terminator himself comes through off the back of the quad kill. Locks it down and gives Luminary a lifeline there.
8-11 then. Luminary is still in a 3-round deficit here as we get into crunch time in this second matchup. A great quad kill defense as well towards the A site. Epiphany Bolt had the early 2 frags as well. Tesco found 1 before eventually traded out. Obviously Dom got the first frag in towards Connector, so we had a 4 versus 3 But Adam, 9-1-3-0. Deny that chance, and Lambie with a bit of a strange peek. Fully exposed over middle will give away the first frag here. So Epiphany Bolt might just be resetting the money here for Luminary. So all that hard work may just go for nothing. And Tesco, overstaying is welcome. Oh. Ah. Oh. Okay, it's good.
Manages to get out of there as he backs off slowly. But he does walk straight to the crosshair of Wolfie that was ready for him, so takes him down with the AK.
5 versus 3. Luminary conceding the first 2-player advantage as Thomas walks. Ooh. Thinks about it, going to be walking through the smoke when his team already has a 2-player advantage, but fair enough, it works. 4 versus 2 now. Still going to be the 2-man lead here for Epiphany Bolt on their T side as the bomb is left towards T-spawn. Elo coming in towards Banana as well, and Adam with a very well-timed push. He was the star player the last round here, and doesn't spot the AK barrel. 4 versus 1. Mace telegraphs exactly where he is towards the B-bomb site. We'll find one for his time and his troubles. The bomb is still towards T-spawn as the rotation comes in. Now Wolfie going to be clearing out towards the B site. Mace has already left it. And Elo maybe spotting him in the crossfire as he makes his way in towards CT spawn. And there you have it. 3 players staying alive there for Epiphany Bolt as they reset the cash for Luminary GG. So this probably is going to end fairly shortly. But we said that last time, Jack, when it was 13-4 for Endpoint, and they crumbled.
They did. Obviously, it was a bit of an awkward match. Won the full 30 rounds, and it was PMC that took the win there. But this time around, Epiphany Bolt, they still do have a good lead to play with. They've actually got a much better buy as well when you just take things on 1-for-1. As into this round, Shaney comes through, opens it up with a nice little AWP shot. So he is actually done the AWP now on their T side for them as the push comes round as well, continuing on their warpath. Contact face down long from Tesco. He's been able to get up close and personal. Can actually land a few shots with the Deagle. Peeks through, but Dom was there. And Dom will be able to take him down.
Thomas lurking again towards Monster. Finds that one frag. This time there's no trade from Luminary GG. Just going to be Lambie last alive, the 1 versus 5. Has Kevlar. Smoke Deagle to work with into this scenario, but as he is entering the B-bomb site, rather quite fitting actually, the bomb has made its way up towards A long, so an empty, desolate B site is all he has to gaze upon. Bomb, most likely going to be planted, should be seeing a 13-8 scoreline, especially when you consider the fact that it's going to be an eco for the next round as well for Luminary. Potential for a 14-8 scoreline. But we saw a crazy comeback from Pat's Money crew, PMC, showing they are the best bodyguards in the business. As they didn't land any entry from Endpoint. They said, where's your ID? You're not on the list, and they didn't let them through.
I think you've got a private military company mixed up with what is effectively a bodyguard firm.
Yeah, I know, but you can still use them for both.
What, a private military company?
100%. I guarantee there's some oil, money, you know. Let's not continue this one, but someone's probably got the cash to do that.
Damage done early on. The Molotov looking quite effective as this goes up in flames, just like Sansa's career. Try and continue it on as well. Thomas peeks through, but Mace will actually best him with a USP. It is only 2 CTs remaining though, so this looks like it will be a very quick round going to the bank of Epiphany Bolt. This should be their 14th snapped up. As Adam and Mace, they are the 2 still situated towards the B site. Adam actually going to start to rotate back up though. But obviously the buy is just so much better on Epiphany Bolt. They just have the sheer player advantage to work with as well to win this one. As they peek through, Shaney actually does go down. He wasn't ready for this. Didn't expect Adam being up close and personal like that. Adam as well trying to draw them in close to give himself the advantage in this one. Does eventually go down, but he's still been able to at least get a couple of nice pot shots off. And 1 free frag on Shaney. But that will be the 14th round picked up.
Gosh, this is the thing that's annoying. Luminary GG, they constantly invest into Deagle Kevlar, CZ Kevlar. Same storyline when we casted, if you remember, Jack, the Katowice qualifiers when it was like Complexity versus Splice, I believe, in Inferno, where Complexity would just buy Deagle Kevlar every single quasi buy. And what it meant was, when they came into the buy rounds, well, they wouldn't have Molotovs. They wouldn't have the double op setup or the single op setup. Same storyline here, same narrative. 1 Molotov that was used from Mace towards B short. 3 smokes, excuse me, to work with 1:30 left on the clock. So Luminary lacking the AWPs, lacking the utility as well, potentially, if they do need some counter grenades and some counter Molotovs, if the push comes in from Epiphany. The bomb, outside Monster, Thomas in towards Connector, but look at the push coming in towards mid from Tesco. He has the information gathered now. Where's the rotation from Lambie? Still towards the A site.
Oh, here comes the face though. Dom with the first off the back of the AKLO as well. Going to provide support as the AK Annihilation comes to town on the B site.
Thomas
Just
hears
easy
it, yeah.
frags.
Thomas hears the rotation coming in. 5 versus 2. No defuse gets here for Luminary. White face comes in. Tesco taken care of. Lambi now the 1 versus 5. Look at the HP as well from Epiphany. These duels were close, but yeah. The issue is, if you're Tesco, you pushed in towards Playground, Party, then T-spawn steps. You spot no one. Lambi has to be wary about a connector push coming in towards Banana, but as soon as that flashbang comes over Monster, we have to see that full rotation.
Lambi just trying to save now, Snods, towards the end of this one. He just find a free frag off the back of the M4. Smoke going to go down as well. Tried to continue it. Tagged Thomas, but couldn't actually kill him. Just got him down to 79 HP. So they get that round. They squeeze through it. Epiphany Bolt. 15 rounds on the board for Luminary. It's only 8. I have no cash here. Pumping every last penny into this one, as in reality they have to run it. They've got to risk it and see if they can actually try and stay alive and kick their way through. The bite coming out for Epiphany as well. Shaney actually going to be going for the Krieg.
Ooh, Lambi will go for the reface. Eventually will win that duel versus Shaney. Wolfie as well towards B shot. The dink comes in. So the damage has been dealt early on. Dom pushing through the smoke towards Monster, finds the frag. Wolfie gets revenge for the tag earlier from Tesco. Now coming in towards Heaven as well. Oh, the frags come in. So 3 versus 3. 15-8 match point, remember, as well for Epiphany Bolt with the bomb towards Monster. They don't know just yet. Smoke was shrouding the bomb, so they have no idea Epiphany Bolt are actually eventually going to commit here when all 3 players make their mark now towards the B-bomb sites. All down to Mace and Adam9130. Can he complete his mission?
Will he be able to stop Sarah Connor and go back to the past to save the future? As the frags come through, Thomas off the back of the AK gets the first. Adam930 makes it work as he strikes against Elo, but Thomas will take him down, tackles him as they've secured site control. Free bomb plant as well. Nice Molotov coming out from Thomas on the flyby there to force Lambi into an awkward position as he still hunts through, takes the firefight towards him. Thomas with a free K is the difference maker. They close that one down as they will pick up the victory. Epiphany Bolt finds success.
Finally we see a victory there for Epiphany Bolt in the Premiership. 16-8.